Hello, this is Dan Alford with ARC Specialties. It's April 1st, 2023. Each year, right around this time, we announce some of our most unbelievable and exciting inventions. Normally, we focus on welding and joining. This year, we decided to branch out a bit and solve one of the most pressing problems on the planet: global warming. Each year, over 800 gigatons of carbon is dumped into the atmosphere. 97% of this is naturally occurring and essential for life on Earth. However, 3% is anthropogenic or man-made, and therein lies the problem. Both the natural and man-made carbon dioxide is necessary for the carbon cycle, which sustains life on the planet and creates food for your table. To show the exact magnitude of this problem, we've represented natural carbon with the green footprint. As we zoom in, you see the human carbon footprint. Good carbon dioxide is created when cute, fuzzy animals breathe. Bad CO2 is anthropogenic or man-made and is caused by burning fossil fuels. To explain this seemingly inconsistent concept, we've consulted with the Green Movement's most eminent and knowledgeable expert.
Science!
Now that it's all settled science, it brings us to the problem at hand. Carbon capture technology currently can't differentiate between good and bad CO2. The bad CO2 on the left was collected from a coal-fired power plant. The good CO2 on the right was from a kitten's breath. Our ESG scientists have devised a way to differentiate. The trick is to flip them over and look on the other side. Careful inspection of the backside of the two carbon dioxide molecules show that the good CO2 has a happy face and looks very much like a happy cartoon mouse, whereas the bad CO2 molecule has a frowny face. Now we can selectively collect bad carbon dioxide and allow the good carbon dioxide to become food for all life on the planet. This is where robotic technology saves the planet. We've developed nanorobots made out of single crystal unobtainium and equipped them with bad carbon dioxide detectors and nanoscale molecular grippers. Here in our laboratory, we're going to place a small amount of our Carbonater nanorobots in powder form on a glass slide. Then we're going to place this slide on our Higgs boson microscope and zoom in until we can see the individual Carbonater nanorobots ready to leap into action and solve global warming. At a magnification of 1.3 gazillion x, you're able to see individual Carbonater nanorobots. Each one is capable of identifying and collecting 4.7 times 10 to the 7th power bad carbon dioxide molecules every 4.3 seconds. The enabling technology behind all of this is our patented antimatter battery. Each battery contains trace amounts of high-purity antimatter, allowing the nanorobots to operate for over 8 months without recharging. Ouch! Installation of Carbonater nanorobots could not be any easier. You simply place a few grams in your fuel tank where they flow through your engine, adhere to your exhaust system, and instantly go to work. The last phase of the installation is placing the carbonator collector in the exhaust pipe to prevent any CO2 from entering the environment. Once you've installed the carbonator robots in the collection system, you're able to drive your gas-guzzling internal combustion engine vehicle without guilt or remorse. Using our Higgs boson microscope, we can now show you for the very first time Carbonater nanobots actually selectively collecting bad carbon dioxide. The first step in the process is for the Carbonater nanorobot to identify the bad carbon dioxide using its laser detector system. It then grips the bad carbon dioxide with its nano gripper, moves over to the oxygen containment vessel, and detaches the two oxygen atoms. These two oxygen atoms were never really bad. They were simply guilty of collusion with the bad carbon atom, which was causing global warming. At this point, the robot compresses the oxygen into high-pressure cylinders for use in hospitals and other social applications. The carbonator robot then moves from the oxygen containment vessel and places the bad carbon in the carbon containment vessel. The carbonator nanorobot then uses heat and extreme pressure to convert the carbon into a stable, large single crystal, also known as diamond. Intensive research has allowed us to optimize the rhythm that the robot uses to compress the carbon into diamond. We call this pattern the Al Gore rhythm. Once the bad carbon atom is converted into a stable diamond, it is completely rehabilitated and no longer bad at all. In fact, it's quite valuable and useful in both industrial and social applications. Carbonator nanorobot system requires only periodic maintenance. You withdraw the collection cylinder from the exhaust pipe, retrieve the oxygen stored in a convenient can used to prevent and cure hangovers, and collect the diamonds at the same time. In a social setting, these rehabilitated carbon atoms and oxygen can be very useful in combination together. The oxygen can prevent or cure hangovers, whereas the diamonds have other uses. Carbonator nanorobots are great technology for those bitter deplorables who drive conventional gas-guzzling cars. But what about all those virtue-signaling woke hipsters who want to greenwash their coal-powered electric cars and their private jets? We have an app for that too. With every breath you take, you dump CO2 in the atmosphere and bring us closer to the end of the world. We've installed Carbonater nanorobots directly into face masks. Just when you thought you weren't going to get to wear your face mask any longer, now you can mask up and save the planet. And what about those pesky carbon creating hobbies you have? Carbonator nanorobots are also able to collect carbon directly from yoga candles and meditation incense too. Your favorite carbonated beverages, like sparkling water and champagne, contain large amounts of man made CO2. They're a significant source of anthropogenic CO2. With Carbonator nanorobots, you no longer have to feel guilty drinking champagne and Perrier. Pop the cork or open the bottle and add nanobots to each bottle. They go to work immediately, solving the greatest crisis facing man. So if you really care about our planet and my bank account, then you should follow the science. Contact me and we can solve climate change and at the same time help me monetize the green movement.